In today's video, we're going to explore the concept of dopamine addiction and how it's affecting our lives, and more importantly, how to break free from it. The term may seem unfamiliar, but trust me, it's something that's affecting us all, whether we realise it or not. Dopamine is a chemical messenger in our brain that's responsible for regulating our emotions, thoughts, and behaviour. But in today's fast-paced world, with instant gratification just a click away, we're constantly stimulating our dopamine receptors, leading to addiction. And this addiction is not only affecting our mental and emotional well-being, but it's also preventing us from finding true happiness and fulfillment. First, let's take a closer look at what dopamine addiction is. As we mentioned earlier, dopamine is a chemical messenger in the brain that's responsible for regulating our emotions, thoughts, and behaviour. It's released in response to pleasurable activities such as eating, sex, and social media use. But we constantly seek out these pleasurable activities, our brain starts to adapt, and we need more and more of the activity to achieve the same level of pleasure. This is what's known as dopamine addiction. Dopamine facts. Dopamine is also involved in regulating our sleep-wake cycle, and low levels of dopamine have been linked to insomnia. Studies have shown that people with higher levels of dopamine tend to be more optimistic, while those with lower levels tend to be more pessimistic. Some drugs used to treat attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, or ADHD, work by increasing dopamine levels in the brain. Dopamine is also involved in the regulation of appetite, and low levels of dopamine have been linked to overeating and obesity. Now you may be wondering, how does this affect our lives? Well, for one, it's preventing us from finding true happiness and fulfillment. We may have all the luxuries in the world, but if we're constantly seeking out the next dopamine hit, we'll never be truly satisfied. It's also affecting our mental and emotional well-being. Studies have shown that excessive social media use, for example, is linked to increased feelings of depression and anxiety. So, what can we do to break free from this addiction? Set limits. Establish boundaries for yourself in terms of how much time you spend on social media or other activities that trigger dopamine release. Use tools such as screen time tracking apps or website blockers to help you stick to your limits. Find alternative activities. Instead of using social media or other dopamine-inducing activities to relax or pass the time, try to find alternative activities that you enjoy, such as exercise, reading, or spending time with friends and family. Practice mindfulness. Mindfulness can help you become more aware of your own thoughts, feelings, and reactions, which can make it easier to resist the urge to use social media or engage in other activities that trigger dopamine release. Seek professional help. If you find yourself unable to control your social media use or other dopamine-inducing activities, consider seeking professional help. A therapist or counsellor can help you understand the underlying reasons for your addiction and develop a plan for addressing it. Be patient. Remember that this process of detoxing from dopamine addiction is not a one-time quick fix, but a series of small consistent steps. Be kind and patient with yourself. What are your thoughts on dopamine addiction? Let us know in the comments below. And if you found this video useful, don't forget to like and subscribe.